of his acquittal. President Trump addresses his supporters this morning. And we have the latest from court as the man accused of killing his mother and stepfather takes the stand. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. A room packed with conservative lawmakers, media pundits, and a number of cabinet officials stood up and cheered as President Trump gave his post-impeachment acquittal speech this morning.
We went through hell unfairly, did nothing wrong, I've done things wrong in my life, I will admit. Not purposely, but I've done things wrong. But this is what the end result is.
President Trump called the investigations into his presidency evil and Democrats vicious as hell. But as he lambasted the proceedings, he also singled out his allies in the room, praising each one of them, including his family and Bakersfield Congressman and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy.
And he loves his job and he loves his country. Tell you what, Mitch and Kevin, they love what they do. Now, Mitch wouldn't even tell you he liked it. Say, Mitch, do you like it? I don't know. He's the greatest poker player, right? Kevin will say, I love it, right? And I will say that you're going to be Speaker of the House because of this impeachment hoax. I really believe it. And I'm going to work hard on it.
President Trump's expected to scale up his campaigning in the coming months, starting Monday in New Hampshire on the eve of that state's first-in-the-nation primary. One official says to expect at least one Trump rally a week for the rest of the year. Meantime, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi unleashed on President Trump in her weekly briefing this morning, both in response to the president's State of the Union speech and acquittal in the impeachment trial.
Now the Senate has spoken in terms of any punishment to the president. He's impeached forever, no matter what he says or whatever headlines he wants to carry around. You're impeached forever. You're never getting rid of that scar.
Pelosi also called the State of the Union the state of the president's own mind. All right, and back here at home, we have some breaking news coming into our newsroom. Bakersfield police say there is not enough evidence to charge the man accused of sexually assaulting a woman on the campus of CSUB. You may remember Cal State Bakersfield police put out a plea last night asking for the public's help finding the man in this picture yesterday. CSUB police say 32-year-old Bradley Brent allegedly met a CSUB student in the parking lot of Student Housing East. Police initially said he followed her up to her room and then sexually assaulted her. Bakersfield police just released an update saying there was not enough evidence to charge Brent. He wrote in an emotional post on Facebook that he didn't do it. He said they went up to her room together for 20 minutes. Then she escorted him out. He says he's not at liberty to say what happened in the room, but he says, quote, no sexual assault happened. When he heard the allegations last night, he said he contacted Bakersfield police to clear his name. 17's Karen Waugh has been speaking with Brent, and we'll have an update on this story coming up tonight on 17 News at 5. 17 Court Watch now. The man charged in the grisly murders of his mother and stepfather was back in court this morning. 17's Vanessa Dillon joins us in the newsroom now with the latest on this trial.
Well, Maddie, 33-year-old Derek Connell was asked to take the witness stand on Wednesday. He testified once more this morning, days before the trial is set to move forward with closing arguments. Cameras are not allowed inside the courtroom, so you're looking at file video. Shocking admissions were made by the defendant yesterday. Connell testified he killed his stepfather, Chris Higginbotham, after Chris killed his mother, Kim. He told jurors he had been molested by his stepfather as a child, adding he never told anyone about the abuse because Chris threatened to hurt Connell's mother if he ever did. But on April 30th of 2016, Connell told his mother about the abuse, prompting an altercation that led to the deadly shootings. Prosecutors say Connell has lied about his alibi several times throughout this investigation. And the prosecutor on the trial, Marcus Cooper, says Connell previously told police he shot both his mom and stepdad that night. The jury was excused early this morning. They're scheduled to be back in court on Monday. Closing arguments will follow jury instructions Monday morning. Now, Connell faces life without parole if he's found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder. In the newsroom, I'm Vanessa Dillon, 17 News.
Thank you, Vanessa. The FBI has put out an alert. They're looking for a man accused of a double murder here in Bakersfield more than 15 years ago. The FBI says Gustavo Soria left the country after shooting his estranged wife and another man back in 2004. Bakersfield police say Soria first killed his ex-wife Pamela at her home in southwest Bakersfield. They say he then went to the home of Jose de la Garza, who she had dated, and shot him as well. The FBI says Soria drove out of California in a rental vehicle that was later found in Tijuana, Mexico. There's a $20,000 reward for any information that leads to Soria's arrest. He's considered armed and dangerous. All right, let's check in with Kevin now and have a look at your Thursday forecast.
And taking you outside, and you can see clear skies. It was another cool morning. We had some upper 30s out there, but starting to warm things up out there as we head into the early afternoon. We have clear skies and no changes on that front. 58 degrees right now in Bakersfield. A light wind out of the northwest at 5. And this afternoon, we are expecting some 60s. Look at that, lower 60s. Slipping back into the 40s tonight. It'll be a little bit warmer overnight as well. 33, actually, we've got some issues with the observation site out of Tehachapi. They've kind of been in and out throughout the last couple of days. But I will say the temperatures are expected in the upper 50s today. But then another cool night ahead. You're expecting the 30s, but it'll be clear throughout the evening as well. We're going to talk much more about our forecast coming up in just a little bit. But first, back over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Education news now. A celebratory tweet has gone viral for all the right reasons. When this woman, 21-year-old mother of 2, Ashley Karcha, found out she was accepted to CSUB, she posted, "It may not mean much to the average person, but when everyone says you're going to be a dropout after getting pregnant at 18, I just feel so proud. It's all for my sons." The tweet quickly gained the attention of fellow Roadrunners, congratulating her on her acceptance.
I did not expect it to, go as far as it did. I just tweeted it because I was just so happy, and then I just kept going onto Twitter, and the numbers were just going up and up.
She says this is a reminder to never give up on your goals. 17's digital reporter Karen Cruz Orduña has the full story at KGET.com. The Kern High School District is inviting you to the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the district's new Olympic-sized pool today. It's at the Kern Aquatic Complex, the first of its kind, built by the district since 1919. The complex aims to support local and regional competitive events for swimming, diving, and water polo programs. The ceremony takes place this afternoon at 3:30 at 7301 Old River Road. 2,500 hamburgers and almost $40,000. That's how many burgers were sold and how much money raised at our annual Hook and Ladder Barbecue yesterday. You all lined up for hours at Compassion Corner to help us raise that money to help local burn survivors. A big thank you to our Compassion Corner partners, Dignity Health, and the local firefighters who helped us serve up all of those meals for a great cause. As fears of the coronavirus continue to sweep the nation and the world, U.S. officials have a warning for people about the virus they should be more concerned about. Your 17 Health Watch is after the break. We're back now on your 17 Health Watch. Now declared a public health emergency, the coronavirus is dominating news across the globe. However, health officials in the U.S. continue to say that influenza is still the main virus that Americans need to be worried about. Sierra Gillespie reports.
Wuhan coronavirus, the coronavirus. It's making the news and people are dying. So that always freaks people out. But people die from influenza. We've had a lot more deaths from influenza in the United States.
Millions of cases and thousands of deaths as the United States sees peak levels of influenza across the country. Meantime, medical experts are hearing patient concern for a different illness without a vaccine.
I have a friend who said if I had a vaccine for the coronavirus, we'd have people lined up for it. Well, the flu is quite more serious right now, and yet people aren't getting their flu vaccination.
Experts say the odds of getting sick aren't very high either.
People are not out there and about with coronavirus, walking down the halls, walking at the grocery store. People aren't out and about with coronavirus right now.
Instead, the CDC estimates 21 million Americans will get the flu this season, meaning it's imperative you get your flu shot and stay home from work or school if you're sick.
Even though the coronavirus risk is low for Americans, medical experts are monitoring clinics and hospitals for patients who may have recently traveled to Wuhan, China. They'll continue to monitor virus numbers in case it continues to spread over the coming weeks. And the U.S. now has 12 confirmed cases of the coronavirus. Meantime, across the world, that number goes up to 28,000, with at least 565 deaths. In other health news this afternoon, some important information for new moms. A new study suggests all women should know the symptoms of high blood pressure after giving birth. Scientists from the University of Texas looked at over 160 women who were hospitalized with postpartum hypertension. They found nearly 40% of the women had no prior history of high blood pressure. Because untreated hypertension can be dangerous, experts say all new moms need to be educated on the symptoms before being discharged from the hospital. All right, let's head outside. Another sunny day out there and warm it up a little bit. Kev?
Yeah, it's very nice out there, not only just for the valley, but also into the mountains. And you can see off to the east, not a cloud to be found. Air quality moderate today, so we have a slight haze, but that's about it. Let's show you some of the other cameras. And Wasco, 59 degrees and sunny for you. Arvin looking good, 58 there. And then Frazier Park, a nice warm start to the afternoon, 57. And then Golden Hills, 56 degrees and clear skies. Here's a look at other temperatures right now. And you can see we're having a little bit of trouble on this observation site. We're not in the 30s still out near Wasco and Delano, but we are looking at a great afternoon with the 60s. How about that? As we take a look at the regional view from north to south, nothing to show you even along the coastal areas. It is a beautiful afternoon with lots of sunshine, and that's going to stay in place here for the next few days. All because of a ridge of high pressure, and you can see the jet stream is positioned well to the north. This will start to break down a little bit as we head into Sunday and Monday. In fact, that system is going to be basically on the backside of the state, more so into Nevada, and then swinging some of that moisture to Southern California, as you see here. But a lot of it remaining out of Kern County, maybe in the eastern fringes up near the northeast near Ridgecrest. But Bakersfield doesn't look like it's going to pick up any rain, hardly at all. And you can see the Futurecast model only now putting about 1/100th of an inch. And that would be for all areas of the valley, and maybe less than that, and even in the mountains and the desert. So it looks like the focus of this will be Southern California. But we could use some rain. February, nothing in the gauge. We're down 0.22. Since October 1st, our water year, we are down 1/2 inch. So for the month of February, nothing yet. We need some of these storms to kind of help us out. Now, we are looking at some extreme weather along the East Coast, and you can see a line of these storms all the way into the Carolinas this afternoon, parts of Georgia. Yesterday, Mississippi saw the severe weather. So what are we looking at? We're looking at damaging winds, flood threats, severe thunderstorms, and tornadoes are possible throughout today. And the orange indicating the severe thunderstorm threat as we go throughout the afternoon. So something that we're going to be watching carefully. Temperatures are expected to be cool today in Seattle at 42. Bismarck, 17 degrees, 30 in Minneapolis, 30 in Chicago. The only warm spot we can really find is Jacksonville, Florida, and Miami, with temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. Here at home, air quality moderate for you today with an AQI at 62, and temperatures are going to be very nice and in the 60s all around the valley. Bakersfield at 62, 61 in Taft, 60 in Maricopa. The mountains are looking great today as well. We're looking at 50s and 60s from Frazier Park into Tehachapi and up in the Kern River Valley. A northwest wind today, 5 to 10. Tonight back in the 30s. And then for the desert, a south wind 5 to 10, 64 in Mojave, 69 in Ridgecrest, tonight 30s and 40s. And your extended forecast tomorrow will warm you up to 66, 67 for your Saturday, and then a slight chance of a shower on Sunday afternoon, evening into Monday. But again, hour by hour, the models are really pulling things back and keeping it south of us. And then we take a look at the mountain forecast. Plenty of sunshine through Saturday. More so cloud cover on Sunday into Monday for you, but the winds will be around and temperatures are really going to cool. We go from the 60s today, tomorrow, and Saturday back into those 40s Sunday and Monday, and then a little rebound by next Tuesday. And then for the Kern River Valley forecast, we're looking at sunny skies through Saturday. The breeze will start to pick up, and we keep those winds around through the mid part of next week. Upper 60s Friday and Saturday, and then we're right back into those 50s by Sunday and Monday. And again, keeping a very slight chance of a shower in there, but I think as we get closer and closer to that time frame on Sunday, we're looking at less and less chance of rain.
All right. Thanks so much, Kev. How to protect yourself from the cybercrime known as e-skimming. Your 17 Business Watch is after the break.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Back now in your 17 Business Watch and checking stocks. They're up for a fourth day in a row as the Dow hits a record. The Dow's up 68 points so far in trading. The Nasdaq up 51 and the S&P 500 up 8. Let's check out oil prices while we're at it. West Texas Intermediate up to $50.98 a barrel and Midway Sunset is at $53.50. British Airways, Puma, Ticketmaster, these companies are among many around the country that have been hit recently as targets of dangerous cyber attacks. It's a crime that allows criminals to steal your personal information as you type it into an online shopping website. Companies are on high alert. CNBC's Rahel Solomon has more on the trend experts are calling e-skimming.
E-skimming works like an ATM skimmer, except it's all online. Criminals steal credit card numbers and personal information like addresses from e-commerce sites. They do it by inserting malicious code onto a merchant's website, by breaking into the web server directly, or they can also break into a common server that supports thousands of different online shopping websites to steal from all of them. Randy Parkman of cybersecurity company Binary Defense helps clients thwart attacks.
If the attacker can break into that server, they can update the JavaScript and affect a lot of online shopping websites all at once.
The FBI says e-skimming, or mage cart as it's often called, has been on its radar for nearly 7 years, but it's becoming more prevalent. Section Chief Herb Stapleton is with the FBI's cyber division.
Millions of credit card numbers have been stolen, even over the course of the past 2 years. We can say that safely, and that's probably just the numbers that we see reported to the FBI are almost certainly an underestimate.
The threat impacts companies large and small, including British Airways, Puma, Ticketmaster, and most recently, American Outdoor Brands Corporation, a company formerly known as Smith & Wesson, told CNBC they were the victims of e-skimming, saying in an email, "Our first action upon learning of the attack was to disable the checkout function on the site to reduce the amount of individuals impacted. We believe the attack impacted approximately 780 individuals on the site before it was disabled." British Airways, Puma, and Ticketmaster did not respond to our request for comment.
If we put up a wall, they're building a ladder or a tunnel or a way to go around it.
And convictions are difficult because the criminals are often outside of the U.S. Companies that fall victim to e-skimming can face stiff fines for not having the systems in place to protect their clients' private information. British Airways is facing a nearly $230 million fine by the UK government after it found poor security led to the data of 500,000 customers being compromised. Companies can protect themselves by staying on top of system updates.
The most important thing is to monitor what's going on that web server itself. There are logs being created all the time. You need to monitor those to make sure that there's no signs of an attacker who's logging on and taking control of the web server.
For CNBC, I'm Rahel Solomon.
Tax time is almost here, and there's free help through VITA. What you need to know and bring with you coming up next. Welcome back. Tax season is once again upon us, and community members can get some free tax help through multiple sites in Kern County. Gabriel Alvarez from United Way is joining us this afternoon with some information, plus a financial awareness day coming up in a few days. Good morning, or good afternoon.
Yes,
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Yes.
So tell us about VITA and what these sites offer.
Well, VITA is a volunteer income tax assistant. It's something that's free income tax services for people who may have trouble or finding a place to get their taxes done. They can go to a variety of sites that we have all throughout Kern County. You can go to our website to see the different days and times and locations. Call and make an appointment and get your taxes done absolutely free.
15 sites across Kern County, so lots of opportunities to get this free help.
Definitely. We've partnered up with different organizations that see the value in having this service free to our community.
Who's eligible?
You know, people in the previous year, if they made $60,000 or less, they are eligible. But United Way won't turn anybody away. If there's somebody who has a high need this year or their finances have changed, we will serve them as well.
And get that free help.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so what do you need to bring with you if you're going to a VITA location?
There's a variety of lists. On our website, you'll be able to see different documents and the items, you know, your picture ID, your W-2, your 1098. If you have child care provider, send that information, Social Security or I-10. You can send that as well. Your bank account, if you want the the money, if you are getting a refund, they'll be sending that straight to your account.
Okay, and then coming up on February 9th, you're doing this Financial Literacy Day. Tell us about that.
It's a Financial Awareness Day,
okay.
So we'll be doing taxes on that day as well. It's going to be at Mercado Latino, but as well we'll be having multiple workshops on financial stability. So different topics brought by Wells Fargo. Well, they'll be covering a variety of things of how to manage your money.
Okay, and this is again open and free to the public?
It's free. It will have actually information booths there. Again, we have more on our website at unitedwaycurrent.org.
And this is coming up on
this Sunday. From
the 9th.
11 to 5 at Mercado Latino.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in this afternoon. Again, you can get the more information. Just check out VITA online to find all of those locations across Kern County and then head down to Mercado Latino this Sunday. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back after this.
All right, finally at noon. Now you don't have to just eat In-N-Out burger. Well, you can wear it, especially if you want a new pair of kicks.
I think these are really cute, actually. The popular California-based burger chain unveiled a new pair of shoes on Instagram. The drink cup shoes are inspired by In-N-Out's cup design. The slip-on shoes are covered in red palm trees and are available in his, hers, and youth versions. They cost around $65 for the adult version and under $40 for the kids size. You can get them on In-N-Out's website. The burger chain believes they would make great Valentine's Day gifts, and posting they'll go a lot farther than a box of chocolates.
What is In-N-Out going to come with next?
I think they're cute.
They're cool.
They are pretty cool. Love me some In-N-Out. All right, thanks for joining us here on 17 News at noon. We'll see you back tonight at 5.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.